Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in to a new episode here of the Wrestling Talk Show. I appreciate the support and the interaction that you guys bring to me all the time. I'm going to bring you here a WWF DVD review. This is Unforgiven 2001. Here's the back of it. Nothing special. And let me know what you guys thought about this show that I brought to you guys for the topic. So the first off, to kick off the show, we have a 4-man team elimination match for the WWF Tag Team Championship titles. And you had the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus Hurricane and Lance Storm versus Big Show and Spike Dudley. Now, this is when you had the WCW, ECW, and WWF. They were all, WWF was feuding with the WCW and ECW because the ECW and WCW would form an alliance. And they would feud with the WWF for a long time until Survivor Series 2001. That's where it all ended. But this match, going into this match, I really enjoyed it. I was really predicting, the Hardy Boys to actually win this match. But the Dudley Boys didn't. The Dudley Boys would retain their tag team titles, man. The Hurricane and Lance Storm would get eliminated first. Then Big Show and Spike Dudley. I didn't really care for Spike Dudley and Big Show as tag teams. I didn't really care for them that much, I think Spike could have done a little bit better. But the teamwork was good. We had the Hardy Boys, man. They did outstanding. I thought they were the ones to actually win this match out of all of them. But it didn't happen. Dudley Boys would win. RVD went backstage with Stephanie. We had Raven versus Perry Saturn. I really liked this match. I had a feeling that Raven was going to win it, though, going into this match. And Raven and Saturn were feuding for a while. And, I didn't really like Perry Saturn. I wasn't really a huge fan of this guy. But going into the match, Perry Saturn would win. Good average match. You had Christian backstage, and Christian said, I'm going to walk away the Intercontinental Champion. So then we had Christian versus Edge for the IC title. The match was good. Christian and Edge were talented wrestlers around that era too. And I thought, maybe Christian's going to have a push here for the IC title belt. Have a title run with it. And it happened. Christian beat Edge. I like both of these guys, around that time. And if you think about it, it's around the 2000 era. And I enjoyed this match. And to be quite honest, I was really impressed by this match. We had Undertaker and Kane backstage. They were cutting a promo. So we have Undertaker, Kane versus Chronic. This match was good. And I didn't like Chronic that much, I wasn't a huge fan as a Chronic fan like other people probably were. Because I was a huge Undertaker and Kane fan. I love them. I love the Brothers of Destruction. They were awesome. They always will be. They will always be the best in my book in the history of wrestling. The Brothers of Destruction. But these guys, going into the match, it was good. But I had a feeling like something was going to happen. Because, Kane had his arm injured, and that wasn't going to be good for Kane, and Undertaker going into this match because Chronic was freshly clean. They were not injured, so they could probably easily get a win over this, but it didn't happen like that. But Undertaker and Kane would still retain their titles, and that is awesome. We have Shane and Taz, Booker T, and they were all backstage cutting a promo, talking to each other, We had RVD versus Chris Jericho hardcore title match. I was impressed by this match. I really enjoyed the hot spots. RVD was about to win it, but he was going to do a 5-star frog splash, and he missed it. And then he tried it again the second time. But Stephanie, the reason why Rob Van Dam won the match is because Stephanie McMahon would come out and she would do this whole little thing to try to distract, Chris Jericho. Hit, Rob Van Dam would take the chair, hit him, boom, then lay on the mat, fly up, fly up to the top of the rope, the turnbuckle, and fly into the air with a 5-star frog splash, and Rob Van Dam is then still retaining his WWF Hardcore title. We have The Rock versus Shane and Booker T handicap match. Now this whole thing between these two was just to screw The Rock over. That's with this handicap match, okay? Because they didn't want The Rock to be, to be that champion again. They didn't want him to lose. They wanted him to lose it, So they wanted to bring the title back to WCW, ECW, the Alliance. They wanted to do that. And quite frankly, it did not happen because The Rock does what he does best, and that's whoop candy ass and beat both of them. Never ever think The Rock ain't gonna win, because he will. He'll come out on top, and he did at Unforgiven. Rhino versus Tajiri. This match was good. Rhino would beat Tajiri. Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle. The main event match was completely awesome. Was really enjoyable. Kurt Angle in 2001. Mark this day on your calendar. In 2001, 9/23/2001. I think that's correct. Yep, 9/23/2001. Kurt Angle won his WWF Championship belt. He won it. I was rooting for Kurt Angle. I was like, Kurt Angle is gonna win this. This is his night. This is his moment to become a WWF champion. And his parents were in the front row. His family in the front row. And when he won that, you had all the WWE superstars come out. You had his family get in the ring as well. I mean, this was a moment I would never forget, when Kurt Angle became a WWF champion and beat Stone Cold. Okay? The toughest SOB in the WWF, and you beat the Rattlesnake. That's an accomplishment. I want to thank you guys for tuning into the show. What you guys thought about this Unforgiven 2001? It's part of my collection. I got more 2001 DVDs coming up in the future this year. A lot of WWE DVDs reviews. I'm going to start doing more of them, guys, so let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys want to see my next episode I do, the next topic, you guys subscribe to our wrestling talk show to see the next episode I do. And until then, I'll see you on the next show.